صباح الخير. أنا اسمي أحمد حمزاوي. So معايا دلوقتي also an engineer from Mountain View اسمه آدم بيتلينغ-ماير. He is one of the engineers that was actually working on some of the content creation tools that we're going to demo for you today. فأنا هكلمكم عربي وإنجليزي. هو طبعا على قده بقى معلش شوية عربي. اتكلم عربي صح؟ شوية. All right, so anyways, we're going to get the presentation going. Okay, so I will go ahead and get started. So I'm actually based in the Zurich, Switzerland office. وأنا مسؤول عن المنتجات الموجودة عندنا بالعربي. I focused on Middle East and North Africa. وعندنا دلوقتي we have two teams. I manage a team based in Zurich, focused on Arabic, وكمان عندنا a team based in Mountain View. برضو we have offices in the Middle East. This is our Middle East headquarters. What do you think? حلو, huh? So this is not our office. I hope that's recorded. This is not where we have an office. Okay, so on a serious note, we're going to talk about content creation tools today. So one of the interesting observations that we noticed بالعربي إن الactual content اللي موجودة بالعربي online قليل جدا. Okay, ماشي. So basically one thing we want to be able to do is build tools that make it easier for our users وخصوصا طبعا انتوا كلكم كdevelopers to create content online. What we're going to talk to you about is some of the many tools that we have available to do that. الحاجة التانية اللي مهمة جدا في حكاية المنتجات اللي موجودة بالعربي خصوصا في المحتوى is getting more and more companies, small and medium-sized businesses online. This is really important thing خصوصا في الدولة العربية ليه؟ The clear majority of businesses معظمهم small and medium-sized businesses. We've looked at a lot of businesses in the market, and we noticed many of them don't have websites. Many of them are not doing advertising. We're looking to basically get them online. They have actually their content online, their website online. وبعد كده maybe if they wanted to do advertising and use some of our products, they could do that. فمن ضمن المنتجات اللي عندنا when it comes to specifically content creation احنا النهارده هنتكلم على كل دول ما عدا نول and Google Groups because today we're going to focus only on the developer perspective from an API point of view. فهنتكلم النهارده على Blogger, how you can use YouTube مثلا from a developer perspective to integrate it into your own products. هنتكلم برضو على Translate وجوجل تعريب which is a new product that we recently launched. And Adam هو هيتكلم على Translate وتعريب. Null and Google Groups, we will not talk about this, but I wanted to mention them. Null is very similar to Wikipedia, for example. موجودة بالعربي, and this is actually a screenshot of it right here. For the same idea within Wikipedia, you can go online, you can collaborate, you can create articles like you can in Wikipedia. One of the differences is that this is an authoritative document. With Wikipedia, you don't have the sense of one specific person writing an authoritative document. مع إن في Null, this is actually people that are very knowledgeable مثلا in specific fields and they're writing specific articles and they get the actual recognition for that. Google Groups برضو, you've probably used web forms قبل كده. This is the same product that we have available for you here. So from a developer perspective, you can use طبعا Google Groups, you can interact with other support groups, you can create your own برضو كشركة. So speaking about the APIs, one thing that you may not be aware of is many of our products, they all have APIs that you as developers you can use. And what we're going to be talking more to you about today is around the Google Data APIs themselves, around Blogger, like I said, and YouTube. The point being is لو أنت مثلا you want to use Calendar, Docs, Picasa, any of these other different products, there are actual APIs for you to actually use and you can integrate them very seamlessly within your application. And I'll show you how you can actually do that. So right now, I just want to take a quick poll just to see what level we're at here. So how many people have actually used a web service from a developer perspective? Okay, good, clear majority. How about Google APIs? Have been, okay, very good, very good. Okay, so this may be too easy for you. So we'll see. So I want to start first talking about the Google Data API, but from a protocol perspective first. So at the base layer of the Google Data API, the protocol itself, طبعا, is XML. So if you understand XML, you're in very good shape. The base medium itself is XML. On top of that, we support Atom. Okay, so this is the actual syndication format, and this is the actual requests you're going to be sending back and forth to our web services. And just like I just said, everything is going to be over HTTP. So if you're used to interacting with HTTP web services, as طبعا, like I just heard, you all very much are familiar with, using our APIs is going to be very, very simple for you. And this is encapsulated around the Atom Publishing Protocol. The advantage of using Atom, by the way, is that we can support extensions on top of the Atom protocol, which you cannot do with RSS. So this is one of the advantages that we have with Atom. So within the actual APIs themselves, there are 4 basic HTTP verbs that you can use. The first one is around get. So if you're looking to get a feed from one of our APIs, you will issue an HTTP get. Depending on the library used, you may not even see this. But behind the scenes, it's issuing an HTTP get request. And the response you will get, if successful, طبعا, is 200. Errors, you're very familiar with. Anything 4.4xx means you basically have an error in your request. Post, لو انت مثلا عايز تضيف data into our APIs, you can do that using HTTP post to our APIs. And the difference here, you'll get an HTTP 201 response back from the server saying some entity has been created on the server. Bardo, you have typical errors that you'll see 400 and 409. And then put, if you're actually looking to update data on the server, you'll get back an HTTP response of 200. وبعدين, if you're looking to delete data from our APIs, you would use HTTP delete, and طبعا 200 is a signal for success. So we talked about some of these APIs so far at the protocol level. دلوقتي, one thing that is really useful with some of our APIs is that they have client libraries. For one thing that I want to make sure you all understand is you don't have to necessarily be a Java programmer to use our APIs, or you don't have to necessarily know JavaScript, وهكذا. We have libraries for a lot of our APIs available in Java, .NET, Python, PHP, C, and JavaScript. If I was curious, in this audience, how many people are familiar with Java, use Java regularly? Okay, clear majority. How about .NET? Less than Java, very interesting. Huh, okay. Okay. How about Python? في حد هنا عارف Python؟ 1 2 3 4 5. Okay. And then C. Okay. كلكم C. Okay. Good. JavaScript. Okay. برضو a lot of people. How many don't write any code at all? انتوا أكيد. Very good. Very good. For the important thing here is, لو أنت مثلا you know Python very well, or you know .NET حتى very well, you can actually use our APIs. There are libraries that make a lot of what we talked about very simple. I'll actually show you an example of that. The Ajax APIs, this is bardo, it's a set of APIs that are available via Ajax, via JavaScript, that makes it very easy for you as a developer to basically create what we call a mashup. And you could create, for example, a very simple application like this, or a page like this, that integrates a bunch of various Ajax APIs. فهنا مثلا عندنا, we have integration مع Picasa, here we have maps, here we're integrating with Blogger, وهنا طبعا we have YouTube. But something like this you can do very, very easily. And I'll show you a couple of examples. We'll try and do them live and see how that works. Some other examples you can do with our APIs. مثلا down here we can actually take, لو عندكم مثلا صور موجودة على Picasa, ممكن نحطهم كده كoverlay فوق Google Maps. You can do this here on the left. You can combine data from Google Calendar on top of with contacts. If you have contacts within Google Apps, you can integrate those directly into Calendar yourself. You can also integrate it with YouTube, and this is, I think, an important one for you, is you can actually upload videos directly to YouTube programmatically. And I'll show you a really interesting example that I hope will kind of get you excited into building your own YouTube applications. So تعال نتكلم دلوقتي على YouTube a little bit. YouTube, all of the functionality that you see, the bulk of the functionality you see اللي موجود دلوقتي على YouTube is available to you as a developer. So you can take a lot of the functionality you see, such as watching videos, searching for videos, favorites, playlists, وهكذا, especially uploads, adding comments to videos. You can do all of this programmatically yourself without ever having these or going to youtube.com directly. In terms of APIs, if you're familiar with any of these languages, you can use the data API without needing to actually know the XML, the Atom protocol, including this is, of course, JavaScript. We also have widgets. So these are basically pre-configured components اللي انت ممكن تضيفهم برضو على الويب سايت بتاعك وعندنا حاجه اسمها the custom players and the player API. فالplayer نفسه you can actually programmatically control all the buttons and you can change the way it looks. برضو هنعمل example of this one. So this is a Python example. And for the 5 people that know Python, you can tell me if this code is right. This is a very simple code. هنا زي ما انتم شايفين 5 simple lines. You import the GData API for YouTube. We instantiate a client. We create the actual video feed here. وطبعا here we're making a request to get the recently featured video feed. Okay. وبعد كده all we're doing is we're looping through this video feed. For each video entry, we're actually printing the title. With this, you have a very simple HTML page that shows all the specific featured videos. So this is how easy it is to use the API itself. So I'll show you some examples now of the actual data API. I'll show you one in PHP and one in JSON. And this is just from the end user perspective, just so you can have an idea of what you can actually do with it. Okay, does this one work? Does this one work? Okay, I will talk closer. Okay, so here's an example of searching specifically for YouTube videos. This is basically done in PHP, so the code behind this is available online at googlecodesamples.com. فهنا you can basically ممكن تغير هنا الدروب داون هنا وبرضه تعمل السيرش كويس اللي انتوا عايزينه. مثلا لو كتبنا بالستاين هنا وعملنا سيرش مش لاقي حاجه. لا ده في حاجه. دايما كده الديموز كده ثواني. خلاص اوكي. So هنا you can see basically examples of results that are coming directly from YouTube من غير بقى the whole YouTube experience خالص. And this is all done via PHP code using the actual library itself. ممكن نرجع تاني and I'll show you the JSON version just to show you basically the user experience is very similar. So if you're familiar with JavaScript, هيبقى برضو نفس you'll have the same experience. فهنا if I type مثلا برضو 15 and you did it, you would actually see برضو the same experience coming back. So just to show you that basically with the actual, regardless of لو استخدمت PHP ولا Java ولا .NET أو حتى JSON here, the experience you get from an end user perspective is very similar. It's actually the same. فهكلمكم دلوقتي على موضوع custom players. فدي حاجة موجودة built into YouTube in your account. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but I'm going to show you what this looks like. Okay, so I have to log in, which I thought I was. يا حلاوة. Okay, so let's remove this one. So there's a facility here built into your account that allows you to create custom players. Basically what you do here is you click on create custom player. فأنت ممكن تكتب هنا مثلا the name of your custom player, my custom player. This is a demo. And then هاجي هنا. فأنا ممكن أغير مثلا الألوان so I can change the backgrounds. The colors, so مثلا we can pick this one. نرجع هنا تحت هنا and then we can decide لو احنا عايزين we just want the player window ولا we want the player window plus all of the videos that we're going to set in this player. Okay, so I will select مثلا ده فتلاقي هنا برضو الديزاين اتغير and then here I can select do I want it to play my videos, my favorites ولا specific playlists I've created in my account. فأنا أعتقد إن أنا عندي شوية favorites. فأنا هضيف الفيفورتس بتوعي هنا and then I will generate the codes. كلنا ندعي that it worked. Okay, it did. فأنا هاخد الكود ده and we will do a simple test. Okay, I will save this. I'll come back here. زي ما انتم شايفين we have one HTML page with just this object that we added. فهنا we just wrap this. زي ما انتم شايفين هنا it's one simple object has the YouTube link in it and then it points to the Flash player and this is the experience that you get. فهنا ممكن we can play this. ممكن نشوف برضو كل الأفلام اللي موجودة in this specific link that I created. This is the nice thing about this custom player. You can do this yourself. فمادام ده برضو الفايل ده طبعا HTML you can do anything in this. So if you want to create your own you can do that. Refresh وزي ما انتم شايفين أنا طبعا I'm not going to do any formatting بس إيه you can see that you can add your own HTML to this page completely yourself. Okay. الحاجة التانية I want to show you an example of the player API. For the player API gives you the ability إن أنت you can do what I just showed you like this بس الكروم for this is so this Chrome right here الحاجات دي مثلا I'll show you an example of a site that hides all of this where you can programmatically change that whole experience. So what you want from YouTube is you want the actual video playing experience, but you don't want any of this stuff. You want to control this completely. And I'll show you a good example of that, which is a site that I'm actually really fond of. So this is a site, اسمه Tatlal, and basically it's a site that is a subset of YouTube. There's a very smart developer that took what was on YouTube. طبعا على YouTube في أفلام طبعا there's millions of videos, and he wanted to create, this person wanted to create a family or a kid-friendly version of YouTube. And what you see here is basically the result of this work. So you can actually go to YouTube and you can actually mark specific videos that should be on this site. And then you can create collections of videos كمان. So if I click on collections مثلا, you can see that the community here has actually gone in مثلا طبعا لو انتوا عارفين Sesame Street, Wiggles, Ultimate ABC والكلام ده كله, you can actually create multiple playlists وتحط كل الأفلام اللي موجودة على YouTube and create a collection. And if I actually click into one of these, you will see this is an example of the Chromeless Player. Okay? فهم مثلا واخدين برضو زي ما قلت لكم هنا this specific area, you see that it's actually YouTube here. بس كل الحاجات اللي تحت هنا they built themselves using our API. Okay? Basically what I'm encouraging you to do, if you have a good idea as it relates to videos مثلا for the Arabic world or even outside the Arabic world, it's very easy to do something like this. عايزين تتفرجوا على عالم سمسم ولا ايه؟ Okay. All right, next thing, we're going to talk about widgets. Widgets, I'll show you a demo of this. So widgets is very similar to what I showed you before, around the ability to integrate Ajax parts of YouTube, and you can integrate basically videos for specific feeds, برضو very easily. Okay. So here I'll put specific YouTube videos on any page برضو. So I'll say مثلا أنا عايز الأورينتيشن بتاع الستريب نفسه يبقى مثلا horizontal. ممكن طبعا أغيره أخليه يبقى vertical. وزي ما انتم شايفين هنا it changes to vertical. خليها horizontal. If I want, I can say I only want مثلا the most popular videos to appear. Sorry, the most viewed videos, top rated, recently featured. أنا مش عايز أي واحد من دول. I'm gonna change this, and I'm gonna say specifically. I can also specify channel على فكرة. But I want specific search expression. So this will actually do an atom search using our Google extension protocol to actually generate a feed here of just the videos that match the search expression. فهنا مثلا ممكن أكتب Google YouTube API. فزي ما انتم شايفين it automatically updates this section below here and it shows me what this bar will look like in preview mode. فأنا هدوس برضه على show codes. It generates all this codes. I'll just show you, so you believe me that it works. y.htm. Okay, I'll make a simple change. الdiv ده اللي هو بيبين الstrip نفسه، فأنا هحطه الdiv هنا تحت خالص. Okay, so this is آخر الفايل. نكتب مثلا this is a test. ونحط الdiv هنا اهو, which is the actual video bar. I will save this. Come back here. وهنقول this is a test. Okay? فنفس الكلام. فيعني if you're thinking of creating your own sites that use YouTube videos or حتى gadgets or the Ajax API or the GData APIs, زي ما انتم شايفين, it's very, very easy to do this. If I click on the video itself, you'll see a little area here that appears. وطبعا the video starts to play. And do you know this guy? Oh, YouTube co-founder. Okay. على فكرة ده في امتحان بعد ال presentation. Just kidding. Okay. دلوقتي هنتكلم على بلوجر. في حد هنا عنده بلوج؟ طبعا أستاذنا الكبير. مين تاني؟ مش كتير ها؟ Okay. خلاص. So طبعا انتوا عارفين you know what blogs are. I don't have to explain this طبعا. Very good. Okay. So from an API perspective, are we doing on time? I think I'm running over. Okay, I'm running over. Okay, I'll go quicker. So the Blogger API allows you basically to read, write blogs, add comments, everything you see up here. برضو it has a data API. You can use زي ما شفنا في YouTube. You have the same ability to do what I showed you with YouTube with Blogger. You can create your own skin on top of Blogger. You can use also the Ajax APIs like I showed you in one of the screenshots before. And these are some of the examples of things you can do with the Blogger API. So if you want to create your own instance of Blogger, you can do the exact same thing. I'll show you an example here of some code in Java that allows you basically to interact with the Blogger data API. So أنا مش هتكلم دلوقتي على Google service, which is passed into this function here. So this is actually, we'll talk about this in the code lab, and you can assume my service basically gets the authentication credentials either for the user or for the application that this is actually running in. So we'll just assume that's out of the scope, and we assume by this point my service has already been handled and we have an authentication handle, a token basically back to our web service. فهنا basically, based on my service, we'll submit a request to this URL that's actually going to be the feed, and then we're actually going to get the feed itself. This is actually going to make the call. And what we're going to do very simply is, for this specific blog, we're going to get a list of all the blog posts, or all the blogs, sorry, of that specific user that is authenticated via this service. فانت بعد كده طبعا, and all you're seeing here is it's actually printing out the title for each of the blogs that are available under this account. But this is an example of something you can do very simply and programmatically to get access to all the data, the hundreds of thousands, the millions of blogs that are available. This is my last slide I want to show you. There's two nice playgrounds that we call that allow you to play around with a lot of the APIs. على الشمال هنا, it's called the OAuth playground, and with this, I have the links at the end. طبعا you can also Google it, you'll find it very quickly. So here you can actually find طبعا some of the, not all of them, some of the specific GData APIs that are available. Okay. I don't have time, unfortunately, to give you a demo. Best you can click on مثلا Blogger. You can do the authentication here. This will request a token. Here عندنا the results, so it shows you the request and response. I can authorize a request. Okay, I'll grant access for Blogger. أنزل تحت هنا, I will say access. وفين? Okay. وهنا على اليمين, I can say discover the available feeds for this service. ولو طلعت هنا, I will see these are the actual APIs that are available, and I can't scroll للأسف اليمين. Yeah, I can't. Anyways, point being is that you can test any of the GData APIs via this playground. This is a really useful tool that allows you to kind of get comfortable with the API. هرجع تاني. هوريكم دلوقتي البلايجراوند بتاع الAjax APIs. فدي actually مهمة جدا. This will allow you to very simply test the actual APIs, the Ajax APIs, without برضو doing any code. But you can consider this a very simple development environment. I won't actually steal your thunder, but just to give you a very quick example. Let's see. Let's do a map example. So this basically is the code for this map simple API, and if we click on docs, we'll see the API for it. You can actually see the output هنا برضو, okay? So with that very simple, those few lines of JavaScript هنا اهو, you basically get the output at the bottom here. And طبعا, this is of course maps as you know and love, okay? And طبعا لو انا عملت اي حاجة هنا وبرضه دوست هنا على run, it will update and we'll do something. This is only JavaScript. لو لعبت هنا في JavaScript, it will actually take effect. So it's not actually true HTML. فلو انت, if you play around with the JavaScript here and you click on run below, it'll reinitialize the JavaScript code and you can see the results of it.
Change the last parameter at the top. See the 13, change it to like 1.
So, great example. Okay, with that, I will turn it over to Adam.
So, you're developers, I'm a developer. We're very similar like that, but we all speak different languages in here, probably 10 languages in this room, right? And that's one of the biggest differences, but Google has been developing a lot of tools with regard to languages for users and for developers to help their users. So, and first, I just want to say thank you very much for having me here in Palestine. The guy who, 6 years ago, my first day of university, he told me to study computer science. He was a Palestinian. He was the smartest guy I've ever met. He taught me to program, and so I'm very happy to come back here and make the circle, and maybe one of you will then go and do the same. So you all know what translation is? It's very easy, right? If I say marhaba ya shabab, then we say hello youth. Okay, so what do you want to type? In English, feeling lazy. We'll see what happens. Is it going? Was it good? I don't know. Yeah? So this went from here to wherever, a data center, maybe in the Europe or Middle East, and came back. That's great. Okay. We can do it the other way too. We can say whatever in Arabic. Okay, but my computer, you see, I have, I just want to say I have a problem. Ignore this here, but I have a problem. My computer doesn't type Arabic, but we'll talk about that later. Okay? Mish mushkila. Okay, and we can go from Arabic to any language. So if you want to tell the people of China how you feel, okay. So you guys all remember this site probably. You were here, all of you. You registered, you clicked this button, and we have the English version, and then I don't know who, one of my Arab colleagues translated it into Arabic, and okay, it doesn't matter, well, it'll load. But at the same time, you can go to translate.google.com, and instead of putting in I'm in Ramallah, you can just put in a URL in the same box. It will know that it's a URL, and it will translate it. So first, let's look at the one that they did by hand. Okay, you see this, probably has no errors unless, I don't know, these guys. They've been in America too long, so, okay, you see that one? Now let's see how the automatic translation went. And again, you tell me if it's good. We see some differences. The buttons are on the right and left. This right and left thing is complicated. So is it okay? You see problems? There has to be some problems. Okay, but it works, okay? Okay. Tamam. So That's great, right? And so then we have something called transliteration. How many people know what transliteration is? You guys do? Great. No one knows what transliteration is. So it's the usual story when you're an engineer. People say, what do? You transliteration. Okay, actually, but you do know what transliteration is. You probably see it all the time. So we have something called tarib. And basically, okay, we're gonna type something. Let's say one of you goes to Germany and you have this computer, it only has German or American keyboard, and you wanna write to your father, say hello, a little email, but you don't have the keyboard, and he doesn't read any English, not even the letters. Okay, so we're gonna say, I or what? Y? Okay. Thank Ahmed. His team did this part. Now, we'll get to what I did, but. Okay, so this is cool, and we even have things like, okay, and now let's say, was it right? I don't know. We have some choices here. Okay, just delete one and we'll see. Okay, this is great, right? Solves a big problem. So this is very cool, right? Now I need one that goes the other direction for me, so I can read this. I need one that goes the other direction for me, so I can read Arabic. Goes back to Arabizi. So let's say then that I want to type something in English. Okay. It's going to translate it to Arabic. This is a problem, right? Not so good. Maybe it works, but now I want to type something like, I should have typed Google, huh? Yeah, okay. So I just basically, I hit the Ein, and then, or I can use Control G, either way. Okay. So that's, this was my whole example in case I forget, right? I won't read it, but. So all this time I'm talking to you as a user, like your little brother could use this. He doesn't know anything about computers, or maybe he does. But you guys are developers, and you want this to be in your website. I want this to be in your website. I came 24 hours. واحد يوم في الطيارة. Okay? I'm still recovering. Yeah? So you better use this, actually, in your websites. So we're going to show you how. So you kind of see we have a couple concepts here. We have translation. This is easy. Transliteration, you know now. And detection is very simple. If you type some text in there, if it's French, English, Arabic, the API can tell you what language it is. So within our API, we have a low-level API and a high-level API. The low-level one, you just give it a word, and it's going to give you back the transliterated or translated word. For transliteration, we also have a high-level API, because sometimes you like to, that in the box, it goes, with every word, it translates automatically, and we make this very easy for you. I'll show you how. So here we have like a hello world, and you should just go to this link. Ahmed will have it for you at the end. Okay. So we can view this example. Here, click this link. Okay, this is Chinese, right? Okay, but we just see what's up. It's like this, it's very simple. Instead of Chinese here, we could put some Arabic, maybe the one that we made with Tarib, and it detects the language automatically. So it doesn't even matter, I don't have to change anything else. Okay, so then, see we have both the translation and detection and the transliteration. So let's just try a little transliteration example. We have, let's see. Hello world, maybe, is always good. And basically, all we do here okay, that's this way. Oh, wrong link, sorry. I clicked the, oh, I clicked view in code playground, no wonder. Sorry. Translator, yeah, I'm very sorry about that. So open link in new window. Okay, so we have here Hindi, Indian language. I don't know, anyone know any Indian word? Mahid? Okay. Maybe it worked. Okay. So we can basically just go in here, change Hindi to Arabic, HI to AR, and maybe the text. And it will be all the same. Work great. Okay, so we have actually our first partner. This is very new, by the way. This is within the last 2 weeks that we added Arabic to this API for you guys. So last week or so, they worked very hard to get a partner before this event was happening, because we wanted to have a partner before this. And we got muslimvideo.com, and you see that they have it. We say, I don't know, Islam. Okay, but I don't have it on. Now I can do it with it on. Sorry. Okay, voila. And they're very nice. If you just click right here, they actually made a tutorial video to teach others how. So right here, you see that video. I won't bore you with it now, but you see where it is. So we also have the code playground. Ahmed showed you that, so I won't bother with that, but you see it's very easy, again, to do it right there. And so now I'll show you my examples. Just preparing for this, I made very simple examples using App Engine, which you'll hear about later. Okay, I have one that's called Trust Me. Okay, what's my name? So let me try. What name do you guys want? What do you want? How is it? Ah, 3. Like this. Okay, we'll see how it goes. There we go. Okay. Because for your email address, for websites, you can't use Arabic letters, at least not in the West. I think in some countries it works, but so you need this, right? No matter what. You can't translate it, really. Okay, so we could do that for any of your Arabic names. So do you guys know Twitter? How many people know Twitter? Cool. It's very handy. Like maybe all of you are on Twitter right now. If you got bored with me, you're like, hi, what are you doing, whatever, right? Okay, so I made like a very simple fake Twitter here, and we have, I'm logged in as Ahmed, okay. And what should he say in Arabizi? What should he say? Something simple, something simple. Is it one word? Okay. Did I turn it on? No bugs. Maybe I messed this up. Oh, okay, here's the thing. The way I made this, it's, okay, there it goes. It's just a little slow here. So now he says here, and it's going to be slow again. And now I have another guy. He's me. And I don't know. How do I get like this? Yeah? Okay. Now, I think it's going to take a while. But, okay. You see how it goes? Like this. So, any of you could do this. This is 20 minutes, and I'm a bad developer. You guys could probably do it much easier. So I hope that you do go out and make something like this for your website or for a new website. Okay, I think that's it for me. One thing. How much does all of this cost? Chewy? How much does it cost for them to use this? It's free? Okay.
I just want to make a quick point. Adam here is very humble. He actually, so we have something at Google called 20% time. This is where we spend 20% of our time working on anything we want. So Adam here actually is the developer, the actual sole developer that worked on the API for Taddy. So I want to thank you for all the work that you did and the passion that you have. Thank you. Okay, so just to quickly wrap up, I know it's break time. There are many resources available to you for anything. Everything we talked about is available. The main link you need to remember is code.google.com. This is being recorded. You probably get the presentations will be online. You don't have to write it down now. The GDate APIs, they're also available. The protocol guides, getting started guides, example code. The two last ones here at the bottom. I didn't include the links. I apologize. But you just do a quick Google search and you'll find them. And that would be it. Thank you very much.